All right.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Natrovia!
Nastrovia, chin chin.
Salute.
Cheers.
Cheers! Hiya, baby.
You maniacs!
It is so beautiful. It's sonic.
Prank caller, prank caller.
My fish are all disturbed!
Bye.
It was a different kind of smoke.
Don't worry about it.
You guys got another package delivered here.
You don't know nothing.
Yeah, it's the 13th floor.
Umbrella holics.
We are UH. We are unsinkable, unwavering, and unflappable. I'm J Maniac, and with me are my fellow survivors.
Beck Maniac.
And our...
And your grand... Oh.
No, you do that. You do that, Rick.
Okay. Let's see. How's it go? Oh, yeah. And your grandnephews, in-laws, sister-in-laws, first cousin on our father's side, Ricky Maniac.
Hey.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Good to be back.
So today's episode, you might be caught in a tsunami, an asteroid strike, or a zombie apocalypse. And when you're in the basement and all the power is out, maybe you can plug in your little portable charger, hit your, what do you call those things? Telegrams?
Telegraphs?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you might be able to fire up your telegraph and type in S.O.S. So welcome, everybody.
Thanks.
Just to start off, I'd like to say that I have a nice little relaxing surprise for all of us if you'll follow me.
Wait. Is it going to be safe? We're not going to die or anything, are we?
Absolutely safe. 100%, no fucking problem. Absolutely flawless. So it's all good.
Do we need to bring anything with us just in case, God forbid?
You worry too much. Everything's going to be beautiful.
After that night I had last night with Roberta at the bingo hall, partying with all the senior citizens and feeling completely hungover, we better be J Maniac.
Is that where you were last night?
Yeah, I was out partying with Roberta and
Till 4 a.m.?
All my geezers, yeah.
Was there a party after party or something?
We rolled until the morning. We rolled all the way till the morning. It was great.
How many bingo games is that?
Oh, after a while, it doesn't even matter. It's just everything's a blur.
Okay.
I just like to huff the markers.
Remember those markers that had smell to them? They were called like Mr. Sketch or something?
Yeah.
Oh, those are the best. But it put an expression on your face like when Lisa drinks the water on It's a Small World in that episode of The Simpsons, like your eyes just get huge and you're gone. As a kid, I don't know about it as an adult, but as a kid, you're just gone for like 5 minutes after that happens. You're in another world.
Speaking of Mr. Sketch, one quick thing, on the weekends or whatever, I'd place a family breakfast order somewhere like Friendly's and my dad would pick it up and get his paper and shit. I would always come up with a fucked up name, even though they knew my dad and they knew me, So one time I called up Friendly's for breakfast and they're like, and what's your name? And I'm looking around the room and I saw Mr. Sketch markers and I go, Mr. Sketch. And then my dad comes in, what's the name? I go, Mr. Sketch. He goes, what? They know us. I'm like, just do it. Oh my god!
Showed up in like a big overcoat and a hat and like glasses on.
Didn't he have a mustache too or something?
Yeah, I think he might have. I think I got to go back and look. I mean, but it was, the 80s. Everybody had mustaches then.
True.
Yeah. Another name that I gave that I remember was Bob Shoemaker.
Shoemaker.
Whenever I give out a fake name, I'd always just go with the old classic standby. I'd always just put Boba Fett.
Yeah.
It's timeless. Everybody does it. It's the best.
That kind of shit just keeps me going. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, speaking of going, we have a trip, so gather your stuff and let's go.
Alrighty.
Dayline introduces a 9-hour vacation. The Dayliner cruises up the majestic Hudson to Poughkeepsie Bridge and back, 150 miles of rest and relaxation. Your pleasure food and beverages are available. Dayliner stops at Fairmountain State Park and West Point. Hudson River Dayline. Call 212-279-5151.
Really? We're on the East River in a messed up rowboat.
With one oar.
Look, listen. If we row in circles enough, we'll eventually make our way back to shore. Well, hopefully. Well, maybe. Just relax. Have a drink already. What are you drinking, Beck?
It's what we're all going to be drinking.
Drink of the day, the Morse code.
Preparing for a large-scale disaster can be a disaster, but we have a drink that'll bring you there faster, and you'll be nothing less than plastered. Mayday! Start with a daiquiri glass or carve out that coconut that's lying on the barren beach. Add 1 part pineapple juice, 1 part pear vodka. Cannibalistic natives won't touch that shit. They're allergic. And there are no EpiPens to be found anywhere. Add 1 part hypnotic liquor because it's fruity. Like the boys down at the Blue Oyster. Like your Uncle Steve and his friend that join in on the family dinner party. Cool guys. Garnish it up with a UH Mega Emergency Glow Stick, which can last when the ship pulls you to safety to that celebratory rave. It's even bright enough to pull you out from that evening's K-hole. Cheers.
All right, let's raise our Morris code drinks and have a little party. Natrobi, everybody.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Natrobi. Whoa, this shit is strong, dude. Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Where are we? What happened?
How that? We're on some kind of tropical island.
Damn, I guess those drinks were serious. I don't remember a thing. Like, what day is it?
The better question would be, what month is it? We left in the fall, and now it's hot and sweltering.
So we started off in the Hudson River and somehow ended up in the middle of the Pacific Ocean?
Looks like it. Great. We better start on a shelter before it gets dark. Who knows what's on this island?
Bing bong, umbrella-holics.
Well, I should have paid more attention in home ec. This is some kind of shelter. It's, a little collapsed. I mean, hopefully it gets us through the night.
At least there's no bugs, but I'd love a pillow right about now.
I'm gonna totally Bear Grylls it. Pass me a couple of them bugs.
Do you got hot sauce?
I could probably make some.
Well, if we can get some hot sauce, I'll have a couple too.
Yeah, me too, as long as we can drown out the flavor.
Yeah, exactly. Hot sauce will kill anything. Okay, now that we're all sitting around the fire and getting toasty and ate our hot sauce-drenched bugs, what was a harrowing situation you didn't think you'd make it out of? And let's start with our guest, Ricky.
Probably the most harrowing experience was when I accidentally pissed off about maybe I can't remember if it was 5 or 6 bikers in Dublin.
What?
Yeah, at a bar. It was like, okay, so here I gotta set the scene. It was
I'm curious.
First time in Dublin.
Yeah, I'm ready for this. I didn't even know there were bikers in Dublin.
So it was my first time in Ireland. I had just flown there from the UK. I was in Scotland. Everything had like really lined up to that point, like the whole day's trip. Like the flight was really nice. Almost immediately, this cab guy pulls up and gets to talking with me, and he ends up having a nice conversation with me and like just charging me like half, right, of what it would be to get there. And not only that, but like he showed me all around Dublin. We went to like Bram Stoker's house and like all this stuff.
Cool, man.
And yeah, it was awesome, but by the time I got into my hostel, it was like really late. But I was right on the main canal street, sort of in Dublin. It's where you always see those photos of all the bridges going over the canal and all the multicolored 2-story buildings. They put it on lots of posters. There's this bar right next door to the hostel. I don't know how I didn't realize it at first, but it was kind of like a Irish take on an American biker bar.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Mm-hmm.
When you walked in, did you hear? Sorry, go ahead.
That was great. But I get in there and I am, even though the trip was fine and everything, I was wiped. I didn't even think about what I was wearing. I didn't even think about the bar. I was just like placed with beer, gonna go drink in it. I get up to the bar and there's like a lot of rough looking guys there, and there was a few motorcycles out front. Everybody's kind of giving me the eye, and I sit down at the bar and I look down and I realize that I'm wearing like the most flamboyant Morrissey shirt you could possibly imagine. Now, here in America, you could probably get away with that because not a lot of people know who Morrissey is, especially bikers. But over there, I might as well have put a sign on me that just said, "Take me out back and beat me."
Yeah.
And so I'm having my beer, and they're slowly like circling it around me. And there's nobody else there that's not in leather. So I get a little kind of whatever, a couple of them are talking to me, but I notice they're just like asking me questions, like they're trying to size me up kind of thing. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to like go outside and have a cigarette. A couple of them follow me out there. And this one guy starts talking to me about how he just won like this settlement in like a big court case and he's going to get all this money, but he doesn't have any money on him right now. So how about I buy him a drink kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that type of scam.
And and at first I didn't know what to do, so I was like kind of like hemming and hawing it. I wasn't really giving any sort of committal answer. And as he's doing this, all of them start walking outside, like around me.
Were you drunk at this time, Ricky?
No, I had like half a beer in me at this point.
Okay.
I say I'm gonna buy him a drink. I said, yeah, go back inside. I'm just gonna finish my cigarette. I don't know how they fell for it, but they all went back in, and I just took off.
So you just did an Irish goodbye.
Yeah, but I just kept running. I don't even know why. I guess it was just the thrill of like escaping. I ran right past the place where I was staying. And then I just decided to keep going. I was like, it's Dublin, it's nighttime, there's like carriages out even, like it's kind of really cool. And I probably still got like an hour before everything closes, so I'm just going to walk around for a bit. I'm going to walk around in the streets of Dublin at the dead of night, not knowing anybody, because that's real smart.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around for a bit, and I find my way to this club. And the bouncer looks at me, and he looks at my Morrissey shirt, and he goes,
"You're not getting in here,"
kind of thing. Apparently, all of Ireland hates Morrissey or something.
My
so,
God, I didn't
like,
know there was such a problem with this.
Yeah. So I turn around, like hands in my pockets. I'm like Charlie Brown walking home when I hear these voices, and it's the guys from the bar, and they are pissed. Yeah, one of them was even talking about me. I start booking down the other alley, and I'm getting further and further away from where I'm staying. I have no idea where I am. I round this corner when they round it a block, sort of kitty corner away on the same side, and they're walking right for me. And this Serbian guy comes up out of nowhere with like a rickshaw, and he goes,
"You want a ride?"
And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want to ride. Let me, let me on." And he starts, just flooring it out of there. The guy, he's like,
"I've been in town 3 weeks."
Kind of thing, and he's not even looking. He's looking behind to talk to me the whole way as he's just like ripping down the road. And right in front of us, 2 cars collide. And then they bounce off of each other, and just like out of a movie, we ride through it.
Wow.
And we take this long way. He's like talking to me and stuff. So apparently those guys had a chance to go back towards the bar. So Serbian guy rickshaw finally pulls up maybe about like a block away from the bar. I'm a block away from the bar, but that means I'm like half a block away from where I'm staying. And he only charges me like €5 or something for the ride. I was on the back of it for I don't know how long.
Wow.
And I have to like tiptoe behind them because I'm trying to get them not to notice me, but they're just like slowly walking and bitching and smoking like back towards the bar, but like hyper slow. And every once in a while they're like looking behind themselves and everything. But long story short, I made it back to the bar. I know it doesn't sound like the most harrowing. It's more of like one of those you gotta be there type of moments. Yeah, they definitely wanted to rough me up.
I think you got
Interesting
away.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's what worries me about traveling, dude.
I would have never thought there would be like a roving Irish gang of bikers.
I thought you were going to start off by saying, and then I knocked one of the bikes over and they all started knocking over like dominoes.
Oh God, I wouldn't be here today if that.
Like Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, I'd be in the bottom of the canal.
There are those moments where you can sense danger, and you got to get away. But,
yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're still here with us, Ricky. How about you, Beck? Any crazy?
I have many harrowing stories.
Yeah.
I'll call this The Rapist and the Carny.
Okay.
Ricky's Aunt Jess and I were teenagers, and she knew this guy. who was having this party out in the middle of Smoky Hollow somewhere. And we went.
Where the fuck is Smoky Hollow?
Oh, it's out in Beeville.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's a little like miniature portal to hell.
It is. He's right. He's right.
I've never heard of that place.
I had
but
never
go ahead.
been there until that night. And we pull up and we can hear like Metallica coming from the woods, from the forest.
Master!
Yeah. And we're like, whoa, there's like a serious fucking party going on back there. We park and we start trekking through the woods towards, like smart teenage girls would do, all alone in the dark, like a horror movie. As we get closer, we're hearing like, Master of the Puppets and blah, 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 and we're like, oh my God, this must be a rager, man. And then these two dudes come out of nowhere. And one is a tall, young guy, probably our age, maybe a little older, a couple years older. He's the carny. The other one looks like Charles Manson, basically. He's older. He's got to be like middle age. He's missing some teeth. He's got some long hair. I mean, the only thing he really didn't have was the cross, on his head. What was a swastika or something?
Oh, yeah.
He might as well have. But they were like, why don't you girls pull your car in? You can bring your car in and come right back. That way we don't have to walk through the woods. And so we did. And when we get there, there was no party, man. It was just these dudes. I had no idea where we even were. But I can tell you, as the night progresses, we end up in his shack that he must have built. It smells like caveman in there. I remember it just smelled like somebody that didn't bathe.
Dog.
Yeah, and just really like body odor and testosterone all mixed together. I just wasn't feeling very comfortable, but Ricky's Aunt Jess was wild, and she never really had fear for some reason about things. I did. So I went out to the car, and lo and behold, we have flat tires.
Oh, boy.
One of them had drained the air from our tires, so we could not leave. It turned into a total shit show. It turned into like, I had to basically evade being raped by the carny. Jess had to evade being raped by the caveman Manson guy, and we ended up escaping barely. But what do? We went back there, and we went back there with Ricky's other aunt, Jessica's sister Steph, and we all went back there to seek revenge later on. Because we ended up finding out that the Charles Manson guy was a serial rapist, and he had raped some girls at our local Carousel Mall at the time. He was a truck driver, and I think his thing was to like lure high school girls back to these parties back in the woods in Smoky Hollow. But it was out of a horror movie. It seriously was. It was like you're stranded, no electricity, you're in the middle of nowhere with these stinky cavemen dudes and carny. And the other guy, by the way, was a literal carny. He was a carny. That was harrowing. That was a scary situation.
No, that's ridiculously scary.
Scarier than the 13 Curbs.
Scary, yeah. What about you, Jay? You've got to have something good.
Mine is of my own doing. We averted disaster. We knew a dude who can get us pineapples, which are like when you finish the toilet paper and it's the roll, and they were $2 each. So we all had pineapples. We would randomly set them off by putting a cigarette halfway, like the wick halfway in the cigarette. Yeah. Everybody's over my house. The parents aren't around. We're playing cards. Across the street from me is like a motel or a hotel, and nobody was around. So we go outside and we put the pineapple, like sort of, if we look out our front door, we can see the pineapple, and we set it down with a cigarette. People are playing cards.
Jay, come on, fucking playing cards already.
My brother's tripping on acid with my cousin in his room. All of a sudden, a car pulls up next to the fucking bomb. And I'm like, dudes. Oh. So we all shut off the lights and we all start freaking out, and we're all looking out like the fucking window, and we're it's like two small windows. We're all clamoring to look out there. We're like, hurry up and go inside, dude. He had a dog. He's taking his fucking sweet ass time, and I know any minute this is gonna start going off. And then all of a sudden you see the smoke from the wick start going. Him and his dog were probably about 10 feet away, from the fucking bomb. The dog is trying to go near the bomb, but the dude is pulling him back, and he finally gets the dog back as the bomb goes off. And we're flipping out, dude. What?
Do you think the dude knew that the bomb was going to go off, or did he see the smoke or something?
He didn't really fucking notice, or I mean, this thing is smoking like a Vietnam fucking smoke bomb, and he didn't even know. And when it goes off, we're just scattering around the house like totally flipping out. And I go in my brother's room and he's tripping. And when you're tripping, you got to have ultimate fun, because if anything creeps in your head, it'll give you a bad trip. I go in my brother's room. He's curled up again, like his bed was against the wall. He's curled up against the wall going, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? He was full on in the middle of this trip. And this is starting to happen. All of a sudden, neighbors came out, cops came out, and we just played cards with like a little light on the fucking table because we didn't want to put the lights on. So we avoided blowing up somebody and his dog. That was the end of... We used to do dastardly things like roof hop, and then I fell off a roof. And then we would blow shit up, and then this happened. So there are always these moments that stopped all our juvenile delinquency, activities. That was the end of the fucking bombs, dude. Wow. That was the end of the bombs, but... Jesus Christ. So what childhood accidents have you had that were insane and could have done major damage? We'll start with Beck first this time.
Oh, well, we were wild as childs. Wild childs.
That's an understatement.
Oh, totally. And I remember getting real 80s one day with all my gang of friends that were, delinquents. We had gone out to the garage in our apartment complex, and we found a boombox, and we smashed the boombox, and all these roaches came flying out of the boombox, and we're like, whoa! And then we saw a spider, and we stomped, and all these little baby spiders come flying out.
Oh my God.
Like, it was like the day of smashing shit. And we had found this giant metal pole. It was so heavy. It took like 10 kids to pick this thing up. And for some reason, we had the bright idea that we were going to take this pole and we were going to create a hole in the garage, in the concrete wall of the garage. We were going to bust through it with this giant pole like firefighters. And so we all picked this up, and I was at the front of this pole. And I remember one of the kids that was like the leader was like,
All right, everybody, on the count of 3, we're just gonna ram this thing into the wall. We're gonna make a hole.
And we're all like, yeah, we're all excited. We're like little punks. And with all our might, we back up and we go running. And we have some motion, man. This pole had to have been like 100. I mean, it was heavy. As a kid, I don't know. Maybe now it would have, seemed like 100 pounds. But we get moving. And right when we get to the target zone, we hit. And my fucking thumb was in the front of the pole.
Oh no.
I thought my thumb had come off. I'm surprised it did not.
Yeah.
But needless to say, my thumb stopped somehow from there being any damage, but I definitely broke my thumb. That was it for me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done being a little punk rock now, because I'm always getting hurt. I was always getting hurt. I was part of it, but I would get hurt. That's my harrowing story.
Wow. Well, all right. Well, glad you still have your thumb.
Thank you. Thank you, me too.
How about you, Ricky? Any childhood shit that you almost did you in?
Yeah, there was quite a bit. The first, this is just the first one that springs to mind, and it's definitely up there. Is okay. So my oldest aunt. So you were talking about Steph and Jess earlier. Well, their oldest sister, Jenny. She unfortunately passed away around the time I was born, right?
Yeah.
And my mom ended up taking a lot of her stuff, kind of winding up in possession of it, because all of her sisters and her mom and everybody, they've always been like nomads, right? So like they couldn't have like her car and all this. My mom wound up with her car that kind of like lived in the driveway of this house we lived in Cicero, and it just sat there, right? Like my parents couldn't afford to like put it on the road or gas for it or get any work. We didn't have a lot of money. We were basically just holding it for my grandmother until she decided what to do with it.
Yeah.
But it sat there for years, right? So like me and all the other kids that lived in the neighborhood, we'd get in it, we'd play like Batman and Robin. We'd pretend we were driving it and everything else.
Yeah.
Well, the car was on this incline, kind of a slightly steep driveway, and directly across the street behind it is like this big tree, and we lived on this busy road. And I just decided to see what would happen one day when I put it in reverse.
Oh boy.
And the car immediately started flying back down the driveway, aimed at the tree as two cars were coming on both sides.
Oh my god.
At the same time. And my mom, like a superhuman, I'm pretty sure I heard like the $1 Million Man, no, like type noise.
Yeah.
She bounded out the front door at like gazelle speeds and got behind the car right as like the rear tires like touched the road by herself, just pushed this big heavy car like up the driveway.
Wow.
And screamed at me to put it in park. But the thing is, not only would it have killed me, possibly killed my mom. I mean, imagine if she like slipped and fell, like while she was trying to push it up the driveway. But there was this neighbor kid that I would always get into trouble. I'd always be like, come on, I got these, fireworks or something. Let's go light them off in your dad's garage or so. I was always getting into trouble. He was in the passenger seat with me. We both would have been dead because we like where the street was not. It was a busy street. All the cars to get in and out of that area of the neighborhood had to go down this street, and we were on like a turn sort of it, so you could only see so far in both directions. So it's like people would just whip down that street, which these cars were doing. They would have had like no time to stop. I mean, to me, I thought it was awesome. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't scared at the time. I was like, I drove a car. But like the look on my mom's face, that was, I realized that it definitely freaked her out,
Well, yeah, we were all a bunch of maniacs.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Two quick car things and one thing where I almost cut off my toe, I think I'll tell. We used to go to the cemetery near Shop City and just speed around. You can speed down a long passageway and then it'll turn left and you could cut the wheel. You'll spin out, and there's all the smoke. And we used to love doing that. One time I did that with my friend Rick and the gravel wasn't slick or whatever. And when I turned the wheel to like spin out, the car started lifting, dude. It almost tipped over. It came within a fucking couple inches of tipping over, and then it went back to the ground, and we were like, we just sat there with smoke all around us. We were like, oh my god, dude.
Holy crap.
another thing with a car, I live on a hill, on one side of the hill, so I went up the hill and then I sped down the other side of the hill, like speeding like fucking crazy. And there was this unknown dip I didn't see as we got closer to the intersection. So when I hit that dip at high speed, we went flying in the air, and when we landed, my brakes didn't work. And we went right through the intersection, dude, and no, we didn't hit anything. And again, we stopped we stopped on the other side of the intersection and just sat there. Just like for like 10 minutes.
I'm just imagining Ferris Bueller when they're all flying in the air.
Yeah, it was funny, but I'm pushing the brakes. Oh, the fucking brakes don't work. And we're going, ah! But,
do you think your luck ran out that day? Because sometimes I think that we are allotted so much luck.
I think
and
so.
Then it runs out.
Yeah.
That's possible. I wish I was a better storyteller, and B, I wish I had a better memory, because I know I have better stories where even more luck was involved. I'm sure mine's run out.
Just save them for the next episode when you're on. I've used 1 million lives, man. That's why I think I have such bad luck, because that's maybe why we crashed on this island.
Yeah, it could be.
The world is a scary place, that's right. There could be a zombie apocalypse, a solar flare, or another ice age. Our new top-of-the-line UH Mega Emergency Glow Sticks are the perfect thing for any crises. Blackouts, survival kits, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis, supervolcanoes, and yes, asteroid strikes. People are guaranteed to be screaming in the dark, but not you. With UHMEGS, you will be prepared. That is right, you can even use them for camping or for parties. They are multifunctional. There are so many different uses that make them a must-have item or a perfect little stocking stuffer for little Jimmy or Janie. You will be shell-shocked with how useful they are when you really need them. You can also take them fishing, hunting, boating, trips, or even give them to your child for playing at night. Mega quality, super bright, and long lasting. These light sticks can be seen from a continent away and will provide you with the light and the power that you need when you need it the most. They last for at least 8,760 hours. Yes, that's right, 8,760 hours. A long shelf life, great value pack, manufactured under the strictest quality UH guidelines. These glow sticks will work for years to come. It's a set it and forget it type thing, maintenance-free item. Don't settle for anything less, I wouldn't. Sort of safe to use and store. sort of. These light sticks are waterproof, toxic, and flammable. They're also individually wrapped with a strong foil that you can use as a blanket so you can stay warm and you don't have to worry about them getting damaged or broken. But that's not all. This is just the beginning, the cherry on the top, the aim number one, the king of the hill, the tip of the iceberg. With UH Mags, you also get a number of features such as
Explosion! With a touch of the red button, you can take down a zombie horde. Raft. With a touch of the blue button, an inflatable raft will keep you afloat when the tides of life are dragging you down. Be careful, this puppy is so bright it can bring down a 742 passenger plane down by permanently blinding the pilot.
Other additional features include
5,000 IUs of vitamin D from the light it emits. Will make plants grow in a nuclear winter. You can even get a nice crispy tan.
And as a further added bonus, no extra charge for you to my friend, free to you. That's right, absolutely nothing to pay, of course, shipping and handling. While waiting to be rescued, you can create your own symphony with a built-in flute. With UH Mega Emergency Glow Sticks, we will be the light at the end of your tunnel.
Sponsored by UH Corp.
I feel like we've been on this island for like well over a month.
Look at my beard. It's long and scraggly like a wizard. I can't even yank out my elderly ear hairs. Look how gnarly they are.
Dude, your beard is white as snow. My
I'm
leg
old.
hair is long and curly like Chuck Norris's shoulder hair in The Way of the Dragon.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh so hard. Oh my gosh, my life is slowly descending into a constant rerun of Blue Lagoon. I've had it.
Oh.
I've had it. There's no Brooke Shields to be found anywhere.
Oh, that sucks.
And I can't eat any more damn coconuts, guys. And I don't know if we're ever gonna be rescued.
Well, guess what? It's somebody else's turn to murder a creature. I'm tired of strangling fish and eels.
We still have some rodent jerky left. Oh, hey, what's this? Looks like a bottle washed up on the beach and there's a note inside.
Yeah, it's probably some lame-ass kindergarten pen pal type of shit. We need a cigarette in a bottle, not a damn coloring book page.
Word. Is it a message in a bottle?
Just a gas to my island lost at sea.
I send an SOS to the world. I send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets my message in a bottle.
Go ahead and open it up and read it. Let's do it.
All right. It reads, "Hi, Maniacs. I know you're stuck on a desert island right now. That sucks. If you could only listen to one album, which album would it be? Over and over and over until the authorities find your bones. Palam, Philip Philippine from Calabarzon, Philippines."
His name is Philip Philippine from the Philippines. Who writes this shit? Oh, well, this is going to be really hard, guys, because if we have to hear this album over and over, we're never going to love it ever again.
Well,
I don't know. I have a couple I could probably.
So what would you pick?
Yeah, and remember, it has
For
to
a
be front to
single one?
back because you don't want the ones where songs are going to suck and you can't really skip it. You have to
I know.
listen to the whole album.
Well, my friends are gonna, if they listen to this, they're gonna roll their eyes because it's so like predictable. It would probably be Hootenanny by The Replacements because it is the one album that has songs that sound like all the different eras of their career. So it's like it's almost like if you condensed all of their albums into one. If you just said, give me an album that's a nice balance of their whole sound from beginning to end, it would
It's like a
probably
best
be that.
of.
Well, it's a real album, but it's just like, okay, so the band had grown tired of being a punk band by that point, but there's still kind of punk songs on it. And they were then trying to find their sound that they would eventually have, which was more of a garage and then sort of even an alternative country band at times type of thing.
Yeah.
And so they were already experimenting with that other stuff that they would do later. Paul Westerberg had been writing amazing songs since their very first album, so there was no the artist has to mature type thing.
Right.
Plus the first track, it sums them up in a nutshell. It's them just saying the word Hootenanny over and over again, and they've all exchanged instruments. So the drummer's playing lead guitar, the bass player's playing drums, so on and so forth, and they're totally wasted. And that's also how the album ends too. It's just them singing a song about how they're too drunk to get their career together on like a cheap tape recorder in a basement.
Wow.
And so it's like the album itself even comes full circle. It's perfect. It's perfect for me. I could listen to that record a million times a day.
Okay, so that's one that we're all going to be listening to on an island. What are you bringing back?
We're all going to slice our wrist by the end of this, but Depeche Mode Violator.
Oh,
that's
it's fucking
the
brilliant.
album from front to back where every song is genius, and I can listen to it over and over again.
Yep. And even the toughest of men would have to admit that there's one or two tracks on there that they could even dance to.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one. I wouldn't get sick of that.
No, I used to rock that all the time, dude. I bought a second tape because I wore out the first tape, when I was first driving.
Oh, yeah. From tape to CD, man, I had to keep going with it.
And when our worlds, they fall apart, and the walls come tumbling in. Fucking brilliant choice, dude. That's really great, man. I'm jealous of that, actually.
Thank you. And I can't wait to hear what you bring to the table.
Okay, well, you got sort of dancey with couple of songs that are a little... I don't know, man. I love the Velvet Underground and Nico first album.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love Bjork's first album
Sunday
debut.
morning.
Yeah, Sunday morning.
What about Nico's first solo album?
It's pretty good.
Walking
I
on
like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. Chelsea Girls.
Yeah, Chelsea Girl. There, I was trying to remember the name. Yeah. Oh God, that's a great record.
That's a great. I just watched the Velvet Underground documentary. It's fucking amazing. So there's the Bjork debut album.
You gonna go with Bjorky? I love Bjorky.
I think I might go with Massive Attack, man. I might go.
I like that. That's out of left field, but. There's nothing bad about Massive Attack.
No.
The only thing bad is I can't decide on an album. Blue Lines, the first album, or Protection. I think Protection's... Or I'm going with Mezzanine, with Teardrop, because Teardrop...
That's the one I'm most familiar with.
Mezzanine, yep.
Teardrops are the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. I love that song.
What are some of your runner-ups?
Runner-up.
Yeah, just give like a couple. We don't have to keep it going forever.
I'm going to go Velvet Underground and Nico, and I'll go with Bjork. I think I'd be happy with those three.
Ooh.
Okay. What about you, Beck?
Oh, I have to think on that, so you go ahead.
Let's see. The Dream Syndicate's Days of Wine and Roses, or Sweetheart of the Rodeo by the Byrds, or...
I love the Byrds, dude. Best harmonies ever.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah.
And then there's like Big Star, Guided by Voices. I better shut up now.
There's a lot to pick from, and you have to pick just one. It's like,
yeah.
How about you?
Beatles are always great too.
I've been rocking them like crazy. I can't get. Don't let me down. Can't get that out of my fucking head.
You know who does a really good version of that? Because we were talking about the Byrds. Gene Clark, when he his band that he started after the Byrds, called Dillard and Clark. You've got to check them out. They put out 2 records. Their second record, not quite as good as the first, but it has a cover of that song that might be my favorite Beatles cover ever.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with my runner-up as a Beatles album, for sure. Probably, and I'd have to do Sgt. Pepper's. A lot of people aren't big fans of that. I love the White Album.
Revolver?
It's hard. It's really hard.
Revolver has my favorite song. It's Tomorrow Never Knows. I fucking adore that song.
It's tough because they wrote so many masterpieces.
I know.
It's just like...
Help is actually my favorite album.
Hey, cool.
And I'm not trying to be facetious. I mean it. I even have memories of like driving around with my friend Tim and like just drinking and listening to that record over and over again.
Fucking geniuses, dude. So which album you going with, Beck?
The Beatles' White Album, then. I'm going to go with the White Album.
It's a double album. That's good.
It is a double album. You got a nice little mixture of everything from, Dear Prudence to Little Piggies to, it's all over the place. I was
just going to say Little Piggies, yeah.
All right, one quick little follow-up here. One more quick little thing to throw in here. If you can pick a best of album, what would you pick the best of? But I'm going with Everly Brothers. I adore the Everly Brothers.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Their fucking harmonies are the best ever and catchy shit. Like when you listen to their harmonies, it's like listening to a special effect or something.
I think that's a great pick. I think I'm gonna have to say probably Guided by Voices again, just because they literally have about 87 records at this point. So instead of hunting them all down and buying them all, if you could just have some sort of curated best ever collection, I would be good with that.
Nice. And you, Beck, what best of are you taking?
I'm gonna go with Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and I'm gonna do a best of all the way through, just because their music was just so moving and folk, and I don't know. It reminds me of my childhood and good times.
Yeah. Like my
That is a
dad.
good one.
My dad would take us to, fishing, and he'd wear his bandana, and him and his buddy Ray would be in the front, cracking beers. We're in the back. My dad's friend Ray, who, God rest his soul, is one of the greatest dudes ever. I really hope I get to see him again someday. He would always point at, like, if you were listening to a song, he would point at the car radio and go, "Good tune!" Like, we'd be fishing, and like some song would come on, and he'd crack a beer and be like, "Yo, good tune right here." So that always reminds me of Ray. But like that type of music brings me back to when we were kids, because of course we had our feet dipped in the 70s and then into the 80s a little bit because we're fucking old.
It was simpler. It's us and our Necco wafers, which were terrible, and our classic rock.
Yeah, but when it's something as simple, it allows their actual talent to come through, and that's why they'll never be beaten.
No auto-tune, none of that crap.
Ugh, can you imagine? All those people are rolling in their fucking graves listening to the music nowadays.
You want to hear? You want to hear how like I knew that music didn't have very much longer to live? I was at a party maybe like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was talking to this guy who supposedly, I don't know, there were a lot of musicians there that were actually kind of making something of themselves up and down the East Coast. So this might have been true or not. Apparently he had worked with like Ariel Pink, whatever. He was kind of full of himself, and he's finally, after listening to hearing him talk about like what he likes about music and today's musicians and whatever forever, he asked me what I like, and I just said, I don't know, dude, I like a lot of older stuff. And he, before I could even finish getting the sentence out, he thought I was going to give him like the whole classic rock trip, but it's so much better. And I'm like, no, it's not that. I think there's a lot of creative people out there, but I don't think they're like at their full potential. And it like blew his mind, and he's like, why? And I'm like, I think production today. Producers are like, they're nobodies now.
Yeah.
They're not known. Production is sterile. It sounds the same on all records across the board, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not teaching. Artists used to, one of the things that an artist needed in their tool bag was like to be resourceful and to work with what they had and to try to get something new out of it. And I brought up the example of, now you guys remember the song Rumble by Link Ray?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that.
Like that and it has that crazy distorted guitar part.
Yeah.
And I go, dude, that part, he basically invented the distortion pedal before the distortion pedal was. He took an old amplifier that wasn't quite working right, stabbed holes in it with a pencil, and intentionally used a bad cord to plug into it with that kind of went in and out, got close to this now busted up amp to get that sound out of the guitar.
Yeah.
And I go, who out there today that you supposedly had worked with would think of doing something like that? And just immediately, no like way to like counter argument. It was just, I think that's that's bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And I go, oh yeah, what about, Buddy Holly talking about doing overdubs before anyone was doing overdubs? Like, all of them were, how do you think we got to where we are? And I ended up having that conversation over and over again for the next 10 years with people. And I was like, yep, music's dying. It's dead.
I just listened to an interview with David Crosby, and he was talking about going into the Abbey Road studio and sitting down with the Beatles and listening to the first time ever full blast, A Day in the Life, where two songs are coming together. And he said every hair on him stood up because nobody had done that before. Nobody had combined the two. And the soundscapes that were swirling around him. He says it was pure genius. And that it's true. Exactly what you're saying. It's true.
It's the same thing with movies, though. People laugh at the special effects before the computer age. But if you ask a kid now, like, how did they do the Avengers? Oh, they clicked some buttons on a computer. And that's how you would, that answer would be across the board. But when you look at all the movies and, from the 80s and the 70s special effects, you don't know how they did that. They had to come up with shit. Motion control cameras and this and that. Yeah.
Meanwhile, like 3 stuntmen died making Mad Max.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's all real cars with the humongous.
I don't think anyone died in that one, but like I know there was a lot of, well, I mean, of course there were accidents, but I know a lot of them got hurt. And but it's like they just did it,
Did your biker dude, the leader, look like the Humongous? Did he have
Humongous?
Did he have spikes on and fucking?
He actually looked like professional wrestler Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh my god, I know that dude. Yeah, you would have been fucked, my friend.
Yeah, dude, he was. The rest of his guys, I think one-on-one, I would. I'm not gonna say I would have stood a chance.
Yeah.
But I probably could have gotten some shots in.
Yeah.
But that guy, yeah, no, that wasn't gonna happen.
Well, I have a one last question. Where are we gonna plug in our turntable on this island?
That is a problem.
Well.
I don't know if this Philippine dude threw some batteries into the bottle,
or we can take turns spinning it and just.
I've watched plenty of Gilligan's Island. Do we got any coconut? I just need some coconuts, some seashells, some seawater.
I don't have my De Niro glasses, but what's that in the distance? Are we saved?
Oh shit! It looks like a fishing vessel. Hey, over here!
I see a Jolly Roger flag. A skull and crossbones. Think we should be concerned about that?
I don't care. I want off this island and I want a cheeseburger.
Ugh, I'm dreaming of a chicken tandoori kebab from Punjab, man.
I'm just really craving some Stover's French bread, guys.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Stover's? Put your coconut friend down and get ready.
But he's my only special friend.
Listen, don't worry. When we get on shore, I'll get you your own Wilson volleyball.
All right, well, since we're saved, here's an honest treat for everybody.
All right, I'm outside Barcade, and I'm Jay Maniac. It's a great night, and I'm with Kobe. I'm with Kobe for $7,800,000. For 3 times a year, you're going to turn into a fly, and when you turn into a fly, it could be 10 minutes or a week, okay? 3 times, and you're going to be a giant fly. You're going to be puking on stuff like Jeff Goldblum, and you're going to be sucking it up, and you got to take your subway, go do your normal day. Would you do it for 3 times a year? $7.8 million.
3 times a year, 7 million. Where exactly am I a fly? In what
Random.
What country? No,
here.
In America? Hell yeah, sure.
I think I'm with him. I'm gonna do it too, dude. I don't give a fuck if I'm on the subway puking on shit. No problem. All right.
You ever seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
I've never. It fucked up my stomach, dude. Yeah. How about you?
2 Girls, 1 Cup. This fly shit is a piece of cake.
Yeah. All right, man. It's on the street.
Welcome. Please feel right at home. I want to teach you a game called, amusingly enough, Stay Alive. It's quite deadly. To win, you eliminate your opponents like this, or they eliminate you. It's great fun. I'd be happy to teach you how to play, but there's no one left. I'm the sole survivor. Stay Alive from Milton Bradley.
Damn, this looks like the ship out of the Goonies.
That's great, but have you noticed we're tied up with ropes?
Why are you doing this to us, dudes? We thought this was a rescue.
First of all, this is the Goonie ship. We were all originally on a Miami Vice speedboat until we encountered a ship floating about. It had all this treasure on it from One-Eyed Willie, but it turns out it was just movie props.
That is true. At the end of the Goonies, the ship was floating out to sea.
Second of all, because One-Eyed Willie is a fake cheap bastard, we need cash. Therefore, we require 1,500 doubloons for your ransom. And that's why we're doing this, you hear?
1,500 for each of us?
1,500 total, 500 for each of y'all.
Well, we don't have any money. We've been rowboat wrecked for God knows how long on the island that you were supposed to be rescuing us off of.
You know what? I'm a little offended that we're only worth 500 each.
Shut up, dude. Don't raise the price on us.
Right, yeah.
Well, you better figure out something, or you'll be walking the plank.
Yeah! Or we can jab 'em with our sabers. Have some more fun.
I don't think there's any need for violence. It'd be nice to know your names since, we're all here, shooting the shit. And I'd like to know my potential killers.
Why, I'm Big Lip Burt, captain of this here vessel. This be Nancy Lobster Legs. Then we have Mabel Hookhands. Next up is Petey Redbeard. Aye. And down the line there is Lazy Eye Louie.
What's up?
The others are going to be like, "Arr," and there's this one guy that goes, "What's up?"
I
like it. I like it.
I love it.
Oh, that's
All right,
great.
here we go. Character.
Next to Louie is a speechless Mike. Say hi, Mike. He's not one who talks much, unless you be raking him in on them chips and the winnings at the Morgan's Revenge game. And then, our musician of the group, One Tooth John. Give him a sweet tune, Johnny. Yes, and last but not least here is a wild one. There she is, Mooney Two Toes.
Oi, don't look at me in that tone of voice, lazy eye Louie.
Nah, Jay, he's looking at me.
It's like one of those holographic Jesus pictures. He's following us around with that lazy eye.
I was just looking at a seagull. Wasn't even looking at you guys.
I can scoop that eye out for you already, Louie.
Slow your roll there, Mabel Hookhands. You see, bro, you should put a patch over one of them eyes there. It'll be more like a badass Snake Plissken.
Yeah, next time we pull to port, we can stop at Party City and get you a proper eye patch.
Well, while we're there, we can go next door to Sally's Beauty Supply and get you some proper beard dye. Your beard looks like the top of an old lady's head after she gets done with the salon.
What do you mean? My beard looks great.
Nah, dude. No,
Nah, it's
thanks.
terrible. So.
Yeah, it's so bad. Some crew you got here, Big Lip Bird. Why are you called that anyway? Is it like Nicky the Nose because he has a tiny schnoz, or a Jimmy the Hat type of deal because he hates hats?
Yeah, Big Lip Bird is more like Bird Vag Mouth Bird. Your lips are non-existent, like Janet's from Three's Company.
I haven't had any complaints so far.
You're single, aren't ya?
Well, you went out with me, didn't you, Miss Mabel Hookhands?
Yeah, but I couldn't get past your bird mouth. It's a shame you can't Photoshop that shit.
The Nancy Lobsterlegs never said a thing like that as I swabs the deck with her.
You know why it was only one time?
Why be that?
I thought I had the flu, but then I realized your lips made me sick to my stomach.
All right, everybody shut up or you'll be walking the plank as well. Time to make your call, you three. Here, take my jitterbug. Then tell them I want 15 hundo.
Jay, call Disastra.
All right. It's busy for fuck's sake. Why now?
Try again. Try again, dude.
It's still busy. What day is it?
It's Tuesday.
Oh, that's when Meet the Roommates is on. I bet she's calling in her vote to evict. Damn it, Disastra.
All right, I'm gonna give it a shot here. I think I might be able to get us out of this. Shit. Lonnie, he's already down at the track and doing the mud races. I forgot about that. We're not gonna be able to get a hold of him. Well, let's see. The post-race drunk usually lasts about 3 days, so yeah, we're screwed.
Oh, great.
Damn it. Well, Meet the Roommates is only on for an hour. Maybe we can try again in a bit.
Fine, I'm not to be dealing with yours right now. One Tooth John, take him down to the bowels of the ship.
We are UH.
I figured since we usually have a bad present section in our show, I scavenged some gifts around this pirate ship, and I wrapped them all in seaweed for you. So
What?
enjoy
You didn't
your
have
bad
to do
presents.
that.
Oh, of course, we had to. I had to.
Let's take a look, everyone.
All right.
Ooh. Is this a pirate mask for me? Ooh, and it lights up.
What?
Yes, I found it in the corner back there.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Maybe we can use this later to sneak out of here. The eyes around it light up.
Oh, sweet. That was at the dollar store, dude? I mean, at the bottom of the ship?
Belly of the pirate ship.
Let's see, I got... Oh, you didn't. You have no idea what you've just unleashed upon this earth. Oh man, this is like one of my all-time...
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, what's this called? The metal kazoo. Makes some noise. Oh, my dog's gonna love me later. Oh, this is so great. I love these. I love kazoos.
It's gonna come in handy in a little bit too.
Yeah.
I have a thing for obnoxious instruments. Let's see. We got further down in the pile. Oh my gosh. A Little Mermaid bad clip. Did you go back to 1990 for this? This is awesome. I want to know which pie. I bet this is Big Lip Bird's.
I bet you it is.
Ooh, what are you? It's a skull with some sort of black liquid.
I know. I saw that and thought, that's really weird. I need to wrap that up right now.
That sounds a little bit scary.
Goofy gooey. Ooh, I like that. I bet if I shake it up real good, it'll get it all nice and gooey. And then I could also freak out my dog with this. This is amazing. I love it. I'm going to stick that on my desk. And let's see, we got... Now you're hitting me with the good stuff. I got a sack of coins and jewels.
Yeah, man. Pirates, they have the shit everywhere down here.
Oh my God. And you know, they never spend any of it.
No, they don't.
They just bury it.
They just want it, and then what do they do with it?
They're dumbasses. I mean,
yeah.
Why do you think they're? They're ransoming us for crying out loud.
Yeah, at a really low price.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got me some dice. Oh, snap. Yep.
Hey, we're going to need to play something more down here.
Well, maybe I can win our ransoms back after.
Yeah.
What is that game called?
It's called Yacht, I believe. I have no idea what that is.
We would think it's short for Yahtzee.
Probably. It's the dollar store version. They could only afford so many letters. Let's see. Ooh. Ocean breeze room mist. Oh, good, because the musk has filled up my room.
Yes.
Does that clear funky odors?
It looks like it does. Let's see if I'll smell
Beck could have used that when she went into the shack with the caveman smell.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? And I mean this as an upright compliment. The smell brings me back to like 2003.
I'll go back to that time if you'd like to.
Yeah, me too. What's going on there?
It reminds me of ex-girlfriend's bedroom. How it used to smell. Yeah.
Okay.
Was she a pothead or did she just use that?
Who wasn't when you're 18, 19?
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Does that actually clear up any pot smell, by the way?
No, but they always think it does, don't they? I mean,
Yeah.
they think patchouli gets rid of it too, but really all it does is blend.
Yes.
And make all of the natural smells even stronger.
That's true.
Oh, boy.
That's true.
I got that sunscreen too, which is good because, I mean, for those that don't know me, I am pastier than Conan O'Brien.
We all
yeah,
are.
and I figured if we get shipwrecked again, we'll all use that. I think it's like an SPF 50.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we're going to need that.
Jolly Roger hard candies and Chips Ahoy's. You guys, you don't even know this, but these are like some of my favorite all-time snacks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you guys scored big. With that
I didn't know how old they were, but...
Let's see. Oh my God, I remember these when I was a kid. The Grow Creatures.
Oh, yeah.
A shark and a lobster.
Yep.
Oh, this is boss. I haven't played with one. I'm going to show these to my nephews because this was definitely not part of their childhood.
Those are like the under the sea kind of creatures. You got a lobster. What else was in there? Like a starfish?
Shark.
A shark.
Or it might be a dolphin. I'm kind of looking at it from the top, and the rest of it's like hidden by the packaging. Oh, you know what? No, now that I look at it from the side, it looks like it's a whale.
Huh.
Yep. Oh, yep. There's the baleen. I see the whale. It's a whale.
I'm a little jealous about that. I want to try that, but they get all slimy.
They do.
Oh God! Remember what were the names of the? Was it Shrinky Dinks that you put in the oven?
Yep.
Oh, Back to the Sea DVD starring the voices of Christian Slater, Mark Hamill, Tom Kenny, and Tim Curry. Holy cow!
I know. I was like,
what?
What the hell are these pirates washing? I never even saw this in my life.
They're fucking pirates?
Yeah, they're fish.
It's called Under the Sea, right?
Yeah. When did this come out?
It's with Christian Slater. Yeah.
Christian Slater, man.
Christian Slater with his
Broken
dip hair.
Arrow is an awesome movie.
Yeah.
And Heathers.
Yeah. So it's an animated movie, right?
It is.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sitting there thinking they're all like, with
Under the Sea.
Yeah, like it's bad 80s special effects or something.
I got a niece who might love this.
I'm sure Disaster didn't hear about this Christian Slater movie.
No, I bet you she knows nothing of this.
No.
You'll have to let us know how it is.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I'm definitely watching that. There's no way I'm not.
I fucking love going to the dollar store, and
I love it too.
Because I love how they screw up the names. Like there's clearly a Bumblebee and an Optimus Prime, and it's like morphing robots, they'll call it. You know what I mean? But
I know.
Yeah.
It's clearly.
Oh, you mean GoBots?
Yeah. There was one that was hilarious, and I can't think of it now. But it was. I remember it was a running joke here in New York City. Oh, I know what it was. Spider-Man was Spader-Man.
Oh boy.
Like James Spader?
Like James Spader.
James Spader-Man?
Spader-Man.
He comes with like a nice suit and skinny tie and
right.
Yeah, so
and a feathered haircut.
When all the Tobey Maguire movies are around, we're like, you're coming out. You want to go see Spader-Man 3? You know?
That's hilarious.
Well, if that's it, then happy present. Good job, Beck.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Of course. Hey guys, I found this guitar. It's busted. There's one string, but maybe I could play a song with it.
I found some bongos too. Let's make a little happy little song here.
Awesome. All right, you guys ready? Let's play something.
What are we playing?
Caribbean Queen.
Caribbean Queen? Great.
Best song ever. Let's do it.
All right, ready? This actually came out fucking so much better than I thought it would.
That was great.
I thought it was going to be a train wreck, and it's actually started a couple of seconds. I was going, this is all right.
Oh my god!
Wow. Gee, I guess if we get rescued, we should start going to the village and playing at some of the open mics.
Yeah. Hey.
All right, here we go. Ready? I'll be the MC, and let's go. What's our band name? The Shipwrecks or something?
The Shipwrecks for sure.
Okay. All right. Here we go. We got some people from the Lower East Side, the Shipwrecks, and what are you playing? They're playing Caribbean Queen. Everybody, here we go. Dude, I think we missed our calling. I cannot fucking believe how great that came out.
Shit, that was
Holy shit. It was actually like a remake, and it sounded more a little, not depressing, but a little more melancholy.
Oh my god. Ricky really pulled it together too with his
He did, yeah. He did. He's very
I got
good
the easy
musically.
instrument.
Yeah. Well, look out for our new single, Caribbean Queen, the melancholy version from the
That's
Shipwrecks.
right. By the Shipwrecks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good night.
And now we have a little game called This or That or Funny Money. I have a this or that, and I'll start with our guest, Ricky.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
my friend, you got to pick one or the other. The first one is you will be immune from any disease or virus or anything. So you won't get cancer, you won't get a cold, you won't get infections, nothing. Or you can be impervious to outside physical dangers. So like hit by a bus, if a plane crashes, you'll survive. Which one would you pick?
I'm gonna go with imperviousness.
To the outside forces?
Yeah, I think there's just no existential fear anymore. You know, I mean, I guess cancer, but you always got, the odds that you might not get it. You know what I mean? I mean, you got the odds that you might not get hit by a bus or something, but knowing that you could just, like, for fun at a party, go up to the top of your friend's apartment building and just say, watch this, and like jump off and land, like, life would have a whole new outlook.
Are you scared of flying like me?
You know what's funny is I've probably flown like 300 times, and I used to not be. And now that I've flown so much, I'm starting to think my numbers up. So I tend to get drunk before I get on the plane.
We're definitely going to have to do one of those end of the good luck episodes now because we are really hitting it with this.
Well, okay, that's a good answer. Yeah, I might go with that too, just to squash my fear of flying. But this one's for Beck. Would you rather have striking, fiery red eyes, or have, like the vampire buck teeth, not on the sides, but the two front teeth, like Salem's Lot or Nosferatu? Which one would you rather have?
Ooh, I like the fiery red eyes.
I think
I
that'd
think
be
I'm gonna go with
great.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get pulled over by a cop, and we're
I'll take my sunglasses down and just look at him.
and then
like,
he would
what?
just fucking rip up the ticket and walk away.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup.
Be like, fucking nope.
For sure. Yeah.
All right.
I have one for both of you.
Oh boy.
We'll start with Ricky.
Okay.
I went more with a kind of a survival thing. So you either are able to start a fire but have no jacket in the freezing temperatures, or you're equipped with multiple layers of clothing but you lack the ability to start a fire.
Oh boy, it's one of those ones where it's tough because they're both sucky.
Well, here's the thing. When you really think about it, both can protect you from the elements, right? Both can protect you in certain ways from some animal attacks, but fire's going to protect you a lot better from a bear. Plus, you can cook with a fire.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
So I'm going to go with fire. Both are acceptable.
Right.
But it's more like if you're going to be out in the woods for 2 weeks as opposed to like 36 hours, then I'm taking the fire.
I agree. I would agree with that.
Yeah, the fire can always warm you up, but once you have all those layers of clothes on and you start getting cold, there's nothing you can do about it. Your feet will start getting cold. Your hands will start getting cold. Yeah.
And like your jacket will protect you from like a big fall, possibly to some degree, or like a coyote, but you're going to want fire in your hand as opposed to a puffy jacket if there's a bear.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm even as a protective thing, I just think it beats out the jacket.
Okay.
Okay, Yason. This one's for you.
I'm ready.
Accidentally wipe your ass with poison ivy. Or eat a plant that paralyzes you the whole day.
All right, so if I eat the plant, I start freezing up and I go back, something's wrong, and you can
for 24 hours. But if you wipe your ass with that poison ivy, I can't tell you how long the effects are going to have.
I'm going with the paralyzed.
That's what I picked.
I'll fall over, just put me in the tent, throw a blankie on me, and I'll wake up and be fine. Yeah, there's nothing worse than like swamp ass or itch ass or anything.
Exactly.
It just pisses you off. You know what I mean?
I know. Can you believe Kat chose the poison ivy on her ass? I said, "Are you kidding me?
You wouldn't be able to sleep anyway." Like
no. And then you maybe get through a day quicker. You'd be like, "Well, I wasn't even hungry. I was just paralyzed, just stuck there."
All right.
Good one.
Okay. Cool.
I'm going to start off with my simple one. I think I'm going to ask Becky this one.
Okay.
If you were stuck out in the woods, would you rather have a 3-day supply of water or a 3-day supply of food? So would you rather risk starving to death or risk dehydrating?
I'm going to go with I'd rather have water.
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's interesting because I have some, I believe it or not, because I'm not the most athletic person. I hiked over the Pyrenees in 2014.
Wow.
And it was actually eating the wrong food that almost got me killed.
Really?
Not having enough water. Yeah. Because I intentionally didn't drink a whole lot of water or keep too much on me because I didn't want to have to pee every 10 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
But I almost collapsed at the top of the mountain, one of the mountains I was on with a storm coming in because I did not eat enough protein or fruit that day.
Wow.
I literally could not move. But everybody always says water. And I understand water because you need water more often than you do food. I get it. But I feel like you can go further without water before you finally drop. Whereas opposed to food, if you don't have the right nutrition, you can drop within hours.
Not me. I'm opposite. I can go for a long time without eating, and as long as I have liquids. I still would be fatigued, but I feel like hydration is the most important to me.
I think overall it is. I mean, it was still on days that I didn't drink enough water or whatever, I would still feel it. And I think both are perfectly acceptable. I was just surprised though when that happened to me. I was like, what's going on? And people were like, well, did you eat any apples and stuff for breakfast or carry any with you? No. Did you when's the last time you had meat? Maybe a day and a half. It's oh, well, that's, I was talking to these experts who were hiking it too. And they were like, yeah, well, that's why, you idiot. What'd you eat today? And I was like, oh,
Burger King,
a piece of toast and a glass of wine,
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you're dumb. I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, a bad meal can wreck me through the whole day if I eat something shitty.
Yeah. And Jason?
Yeah, sure.
These ones are a little bit a little bit more complex. This one though, even just thinking about it actually like makes me shiver. Would you rather be mountain climbing without any equipment, so like no harness, no crampons, anything like that, and halfway up the mountain and discover that you have a black widow spider working its way down the inside of your shirt? Or would you rather be on a leaky fishing boat that maybe has seconds left before it dips into the water in a crocodile-infested swamp?
I can answer that for Jason and tell you he's unequivocally going into the croc territory.
Yeah, I am. I'll just do like Pitfall, and I'll jump on their heads. You know, like
exactly.
I'll jump on their heads and make a little like bridge and just get out of there. Yeah, I'd rather deal with a fucking sea of crocodiles than a black widow spider. Forget about it. Yeah.
Punch him in its eye, Jay. But that little spider, you're not getting away from that.
Yeah, he's got 8 eyes anyway, so I'm gonna punch one, and it's got 7 others. So you know.
Oh, that's right.
Well, all right. I got 2 micro funny monies here, okay? And they're really out there. I just tried to think really fucking wacky shit. So we'll go with Becky this one. For $83,618 for 1 week, everywhere you go, like if you order food, if you go to Walmart, if you go wherever, like here's the example. It made me think of it. Going to Dunkin' Donuts, and the lady goes,
Dunkin', how can I help you?
And you go, just give me a second, And then you go, oh, I'm ready. And then she goes,
okay, I'll take your order.
And then you go, no, give me a second. And you have to keep doing that. You can never order, right? And you piss everybody off. Would you do that for a week for $83,618? How
long in duration do I have to do that part for?
You just do it until you piss them off and you get kicked out or something. I don't know.
3,000 isn't that much to go through all that.
Imagine if you're really hungry, you want some pizza, you can't even get...
I know. I don't think I'm going to have to say no. I'm not going to take it. It just would piss me off too much.
Okay. All right. All right. This is for a little bit less money for Ricky. $42,690 for 1 week.
Yes.
For 1 week. Yeah. Yes, exactly. For 1 week, when your mailman comes to deliver mail, you're on the roof and you got to throw water balloons at him each day for a week.
Okay. My mail lady is really hot, so I feel like that would
kill all chances.
Yeah. No, you know what though? You're giving me 42 grand. Yeah, I'll take the money.
Wow.
I don't care.
But they might go back to their mates at the fucking post office and go, don't go there, man. They're dangerous there. You might not get your mail.
That's true.
You won't get your Amazon packages.
It's okay. I'll be able to afford a P.O. box.
Okay. Oh, that's a good... There you go.
I'm going to up the money for him then. All right, Ricky. $950,000. But you have to wade through a river until you're completely covered in leeches.
Disaster wouldn't do that because one time she had a leech on her and she freaked out, and now she's scared of slugs.
I've had them too, but they burn them off me. They took a match and got them off.
Yeah, I'd do it.
You don't really feel them, so yeah. You do it. 950 grand, man. That's almost $1 million.
Of course, I'm not going to do the stand by me moment. Someone else can reach their hand down my pants and check. Because I feel like if I do that and look down, yeah, that would probably game over.
But the leeches will clean your blood, though. Didn't they do that in Amadeus days?
True.
And you don't really even tell. You can't feel it. I'm telling you. But this one's for you, Jay. Let's see what you'll do with this one.
Oh boy.
18,254,000. But you have to get into a sleeping bag full of ticks and lay there for 10 minutes.
Oh my God. Ticks, really?
10 minutes laying in the ticks in the sleeping bag, completely covered, but you get almost, you get 18,254,000.
I'm doing that so at Christmas I can go, you have a car, you have a car, and you have a car.
You have Lyme disease. You have Lyme disease.
Well, they got a cure for that, don't they? They got a cure. Sort of. They got some treatment or something.
Well, really, too, if you dig them all out.
If you dig them out and get some antibiotics immediately.
So you just do the fear factor thing. You have a team of guys like right on top of you for when you jump out, and they just do the whole like ape grooming thing where they check every inch of you for ticks.
Yeah. I'll call every hospital and have, people, I'll have a whole team of, EMTs surrounding me, ready to
on
go.
Staff, ready to roll.
But their little heads are stuck in there, those little fucking things.
Yeah, they got to make sure they get that head out. Otherwise, the toxin keeps pumping in. You get that bullseye.
I got to do it, man. I thought you were going to say spiders, and I would have said that you could have been 18 billion. I'm not doing that.
Damn, you guys are hard. I thought for sure, but no, we got one going in the leeches, one going with the... All right.
All right. Well, we're all fucked up, and we'll do a lot for money, and there is this or that funny money. Boom.
You need help, look at that mess. You need lemon S.O.S. Lemon fresh, S.O.S clean. It's the ultimate cleaning machine.
Nothing cleans up greasy messes faster than Lemon Fresh S.O.S.
All right, come above deck. It's time to make your call. I want my 1,500 golden coins, though.
I hope you're not disappointed that we don't deal with gold on the Lower East Side, so you're probably going to get small bills like 5s and 10s, unless, of course, you take Bitcoin.
Small bills, 5s and 10s. I'll take this Bitcoin you speak of.
Let me try calling Disaster again.
Hey guys, it's a helicopter with a 20 on the side, and in the 0 is a smiley face with a pirate patch on one eye.
What a coincidence.
Oh shit, 20 saved us again. Alright, there's your payment and we're out of here. Good luck sailing the seas, fellas.
Jolly Rogers, these Bitcoins be made of gold foil over chocolate. You jived Big Lip Bert, and nobody jives Big Lip Bert.
When I get home, I'm gonna get 3 egg and cheeses from Crambone, and I'm gonna kick my feet up and destroy a game of Ms. Pac-Man.
I want a slice of pizza the size of my head, a Ballantine, and some Netflix.
I want 100 beers. I legitimately want 100 beers.
100 beers, okay?
Can I get one of those 100 beers, or you really need 100?
I need them.
He needs 100, man.
I need but I'll pull out 102.
There you go.
I'll give you guys a couple.
What a pal, what a pal.
Hang on tight, Maniacs. We're hitting some kind of snow bomb cyclone.
Is everyone okay? Are we all alive?
I'm here, but the pilot looks pretty twisted up and a tad burnt to a crisp. Hold on. Oh, there you are, Beck. Where's Ricky?
I'm over here in a snow pile.
A yellow snow pile.
Oh.
Ew.
Well, I found a bunch of bushes we could get under that might shield us a bit from this storm. I don't know what we're gonna do.
All right, let's go.
While we're here, we might as well play a game as we freeze to death. Does that sound alright?
Anything to take my mind off this disaster.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, this is called Survival Movie Game.
Oh boy.
I'm going to describe the movie kind of like they did in that pyramid game or whatever, and you just got to buzz in to win. I got, I think, 11, so here's the first.
Kick my ass on this one.
You don't know.
Okay.
Here's the first one. This movie came out in 2015. It was directed by Ridley Scott. A botanist, harsh environment, one-man crew, tries to grow food. Go ahead.
The Martian?
Very good.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Very good.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I didn't even get to Red
Why
Planet.
it wasn't clicking for me.
That's okay. You got a little bit of time. So Beck's up 1-0. Okay, here's the next one. 2015. A lone man. Harsh environment. Takes place in the 1800s era. Left for Dead.
Oh my gosh, the Leonardo DiCaprio movie there, where he gets eaten by the bear practically.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Crap, what the heck is the name of it?
If you can't, I'll steal it.
Go ahead and steal it. I can't remember the name now.
Go ahead.
The Revenant.
Very
The
good.
Revenant.
It's a weird word to remember anyway.
Yeah. I had it in my head until I said buzz, and then it flew out of there.
Shit.
It
And
happens.
you helped me with that too. You got me there quicker. So.
Okay, here's the third one.
Catch up. Okay.
2013. 13 on her own. Space debris. Got to get back to Earth. George Clooney. Sandra Bullock. Go ahead.
It's Gravity.
All right.
Damn it.
There you go. 3-0 Beck. Plenty of time to catch up.
All right.
Here's the fourth one. 2011. Cold Wilderness. Plane crash. Hungry.
Alive.
No, that was early
Incorrect.
90s.
Incorrect. Two more descripting things. Hungry pack of wolves chasing Liam Neeson.
Oh my gosh.
This one's a little bit tougher. Go ahead.
Was it called Instinct?
No, it was The Gray. Remember The Gray?
That's right.
What a fucking stupid name for it anyway. The Blue.
And that was a disappointing movie. I think that's why I couldn't
Yeah.
remember the name. The previews made it look so awesome. Then you realize nothing happens
Yeah.
at the end when he goes to fight some wolves, and it lasts for about 8 seconds.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that movie pissed me off. That's why I don't remember the name, because I just walked away from it and never wanted to think.
If you're gonna fight wolves, dude, like I want to see you fight wolves for half an hour. You know what I mean?
Like an epic battle.
Like
seriously, even DiCaprio fared better against the bear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so this one is harrowing true life story. Outdoor enthusiast. Utah caverns. Running out of time. Pinned on.
127 hours.
There it is. That's it. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, got a couple.
I actually knew that one, but she beat me. You're fast.
Yeah,
Beck.
she is fat. Why do you think I always lose these, Ricky? Fucking, I'm terrible. Okay, here we go. This one is, I think it's like 2003 or like maybe 2005 or something like that. A lone virologist. New York City is barren. His only friend is a dog.
I Am Legend.
There you go. Bing, bing,
Oh,
bing.
nice.
Bing,
Yeah,
bing,
I
bing.
got one.
He's on
and
the
it's-
board.
4-1. 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one is from 1972. Inexperienced campers try to survive the elements and the locals. Canoes and rapids. One.
Deliverance.
There you go. He's on a roll. Bing,
Holy,
bing, bing.
good job.
Good
All
job.
right.
Ding, 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 ding.
4-2.
4-2. 4-2. Now it's a game. All right, here we go. 1995, the good old days when Beck and Disaster and I all met in Steffi Maniac. Okay, 1995. Space, a problem. Aborted moon.
Apollo 11. Or Apollo 13.
All right, go ahead. We'll give it to you.
I don't know why I said 11.
That's okay. We'll give it to you. We'll give it to you. We knew what you meant.
All right.
No money involved. No money. Okay, here we go. 2003. 2 scuba divers. Tour boat leaves them stranded. Shark-infested waters. Unknown actors.
Oh God, I know. I have the trailer for this in my head right now.
I
That's
know,
all I
I have
have.
seen it too. And I think there
That's-
was a sequel to this too.
I couldn't find much more to say about it, really.
Damn
Is it
it.
called like Deep Blue or something?
Yes.
No, wait a minute. I'm thinking of the shark movie with LL Cool J.
That's what I was thinking
Right,
too.
right.
But he said unknown
This is like
actors.
this is like indie style, you know.
Yeah, no, I know the one it is. I'm getting.
All right.
titles.
Well, we'll make that one a push, and that's Open Water.
Open water. I was thinking
Oh, okay.
underwater. Okay.
I don't know if I ever saw that movie. Come to think of it.
I saw it a long time ago, and it was okay. It was
Was it?
all right. I mean, the shark comes around every once in a while, and they're just sitting there, and well, anyway. Okay, this one is 2012. A tourist family, Thailand, tsunami.
Oh my God! I was just watching this movie. What the heck was it?
2004 Indian Ocean. Naomi Watts, Ewan McGregor.
Oh, The Impossible.
There you go.
Yes.
Damn, he's
4-4 with one left.
Okay.
And you
all right.
you both know this one. We'll see who buzzes in first. Here we go. This is from 2012 when the world was supposed to end. Disaster at sea. Young man survives. An animal is his only friend on the boat. A type.
Life of Pi.
There you go, Ricky. What a comeback.
Oh,
What a comeback. Damn, dude.
congratulations.
Wow.
Congratulations.
That was a great game. Becky started off out the gate, and Ricky came through. So you win absolutely nothing. A lifetime supply of nothing.
That's my favorite thing to win.
And we might freeze to death. So
That's right.
at least you're going out a winner, my friend.
That's right.
We've done a stupid thing by taking a rowboat with one oar and ending up here. What are some other stupid things you've done in a general sense? Dangerous, like?
Yeah.
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 What'd you do?
The first thing I can think of it was kind of a group thing, but I participated quite often. My friend Mark, who, used to live on an Indian reservation, so we go to visit him, we'd be way out in the sticks, there's nobody to bother us or anything like that. And we'd go over there and have like big fires and stuff on his property and just kind of hang out. And he always had like hundreds of dollars of fireworks.
Yeah.
Quite often somebody would just grab an armload of fireworks when nobody was looking. And we used to do this all the time, and we'd make sure everybody else was around the fire pit, and whoever was doing it, you'd just throw them all into the center of the fire pit.
Love doing
And then
shit like
everybody
that.
would have to run. Yeah, I can't tell you. And what was really cool about it is it running away kind of for some reason reminds me of the Lost World with the Velociraptors, because like he had nothing but tall grass on his property, so you'd be running through in the middle of the night and you'd just see these rockets like streaming by you in every direction, and then you'd look over and you'd see the top of your friend's head, and then they just like duck down, like almost like a raptor got them. So it always reminded me of that. We used to do that. I'm sure the neighbors absolutely loved us, the few that he had. I mean, we used to play baseball with rocks, which was always great because somehow they'd always find their way to somebody's face.
Yeah.
We used to do all kinds of stuff out there. We used to go and shoot a lot of guns.
Yeah.
All of the things we did out there basically could get us killed. So I would say
Right.
any of those things.
Wow.
Okay, how about you, Beck?
I was at a bonfire that wasn't starting, and so I decided to take some gas on what was going and throw the gas onto it to just kind of stoke it more. And of course, that famous thing happened where it arced and flame caught it. It arced up into the air and hit the end of the gas can that I was holding.
Oh.
And instead of reacting, I just froze, like with this flaming can in my hand. And all I could hear was my cousin Sean going, "Drop it and run." So I dropped it, of course, and I expected like some kind of big explosion, which it kind of more of just a burning mess. And
Yeah.
I ended up really screwing up my parents' lawn. There was black. They came back from vacation with a nice black char on their lawn that was outside the fire pit. And I almost exploded, and I'll never do that again, ever.
Well, we're talking about explosions and fireworks and shit, so I might as well go to another fireworks story.
Of course.
Those same things, those pineapples that, can
Yeah.
blow you up. So we were at my friend Ryan's house. He was on the second floor, and he had the window open, and he was like throwing firecrackers and jumping jacks out. And then he picks up the pineapple, and he fucking lights it, and he goes to throw it out of the window, but his hand hits the windowsill, and he drops the fucking pineapple in the apartment. So we all we all start running like Vietnam. I made it to the bathroom and jumped in the tub. I mean, it wasn't gonna blow. It wasn't going to blow up like that, but you didn't know. And then, of course, it went off, and when I opened up the door, the whole house was full of black smoke. The area near the window and the carpet was all burnt, and it was on like smoking.
Oh, man.
And then we all left. We're like, "You're dealing with your dad, dude. We're getting out of here."
Were there fire alarms going off or anything?
Oh yeah, it was just nuts, dude. We started laughing and then fucking left, and he was going, "Where are you going, dude?" So it's like later. But like this, of course, that would happen. Not with the firecracker, but with the fucking pineapple.
Of course.
Yeah.
Little stories that I can remember.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, here, I'm going to give you two stories. Guess which one occurred when I was an adult and which one occurred when I was a kid.
Oh, how fun.
Okay.
This is a great
First story
game.
was...
Yeah.
First story was on a walk through neighborhood with some of my close friends. We found, and it was in the middle of the night. I should probably mention that. We found in front of the driveway, like in the center of the driveway for some reason of this one house we were passing, they had a garbage can filled with those halogen lights.
Oh, yeah.
And we just decided to pull it out into the street and smash each other over the heads with them.
What?
Boy.
Creating like a huge mess everywhere. When you hit somebody, they barely ever like hurt you. They just explode. And you get
They
dust
make
all
that.
over
They make that
everything.
cool sound like, when they pop. Yeah.
And we did lightsaber duels with them and everything else at like 2 a.m. in the middle of this neighborhood. How those people weren't woken up due to all the screaming we were doing and everything else, I don't know. So the other story is on another walk through the neighborhood with some friends of mine, we found a couch that was obviously being thrown out. And we knew of an old hill out behind our old school.
Would you put
And
wheels on
a
it?
sheer drop. Yeah. No, but we didn't care.
Okay.
But we knew the hill was like a sheer drop, and we decided to do some real life couch surfing.
Oh my
God! In the middle of the night down. So those two stories, which one do you think occurred when I was a kid?
The couch.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was funny. You were like right away the couch. Yeah.
I love how most of these stories have to do with fire and explosions.
Yeah.
While we're in the middle of the snowstorm trying to stay warm.
I know, because we're just hoping that we can get some fire some way. Well, do you want me to tell my quick story about chopping my fucking...
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I've been teasing it all night.
Yeah, all right. So I almost cut my fucking toe off. I was a kid. Next to us, the Madonnas, because we lived in a predominantly Italian neighborhood, he had a garden. It was like, all right, picture a shovel. You take off the shovel part and you sharpen the wood at the end. So it's like a spike with a handle. So he would dig that into the ground. You know, you'd plunge it in, move it around a bit, and then you can plant your seeds and stuff. So I was out in the front with my friend Ralph. We're sitting, and he has it for some reason. And then I grab it and I start plunging it into the front lawn. And then on a certain plunge, I notice it's in my shoe. And I go, uh-oh. And then I pull it out, and then all of a sudden you see blood start to form on top of I couldn't walk and shit. They get me to the doctor, and the doctor is like,
You're very lucky because you broke right through the bone, and the only thing keeping your toe on is your skin.
So, if I had dug a little deeper, it might have come off, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
oh my God.
Oh, the shit we did, man. We really did use up all of our luck, but
We
all
really
right,
did.
Sure did.
Please, everybody listening, just learn from our mistakes. Thank you very much. Bing
Exactly.
bong. Yeah.
Bing bong.
Yeah.
No, I want them to go out and do what I did.
You really are truly a maniac among maniacs.
Guys, now that the snow has stopped, I'm seeing buildings all around us. Where the hell are we?
Oh my God. Are we in...
Central Park? Yeah, Beck, I think we're in Central Park.
Are you fucking serious? We're literally 2 blocks away from our apartment?
Great. Let's go get our jammies on and order some food.
We're going to get to the bottom of who this 20 is once and for all.
Just so you know, you guys could have eaten me alive style if I died.
You got hot sauce?
Pico de gallo.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yes.
We're live.
Yes, thank God. Nostrovia. All right, great. We need a round of Nostrovias. Let's go.
Nostrovia.
Cheers.
Cindana.
Slanja.
Cindana. Nostrovia. In Campaya.
It's good to be home.
Give me the remote.
Bing bong, umbrella-holics.
Well, you ravaging maniacs, that was our S.O.S. show. We'd like to thank our very special guest, a rock star, Ricky Maniac. Thanks for joining us, Ricky.
Ricky.
Oh, it's my pleasure, guys. This was awesome.
If you like this episode, you can find us on all the major platforms and YouTube. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
And if one of you maniacs want to get a hold of us, we would love to read your email. So you can email us at umbrellaholics@gmail.com.
Get a hold of us and maybe we'll send you a bad present. Might cost $900 if you're in
Right.
Singapore.
Plus shipping and handling.
It might get there next year, but hey, until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Umbrella!